Welcome to Overtime Stories. If you're new here, take a moment to subscribe and join the journey. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and every bit of support truly means a lot. The entire NFL is spinning after a wild report dropped from insider Ian Rappaport, claiming that Jimmy Haslam didn't ask Kevin Stefanski to start Shedeur Sanders, he ordered it. This wasn't a friendly suggestion, not a recommendation, not a think about it. This was a straight-up command from the top of the organization, and sources say the way Haslam delivered it had Stefanski sweating behind the scenes. According to insiders close to the Browns front office, Haslam pulled Stefanski and GM Andrew Berry into a meeting earlier this season and told them point blank, "Shedeur is the future. Play him." That alone is enough to break social media, but it gets even crazier because if that was the plan all along, why wasn't Shedeur getting first-team reps for months before his breakout? Something wasn't adding up. Sources claim Haslam had been impressed with Shedeur from day one of rookie minicamp. The kid walked in with film room IQ, poise in the huddle, accuracy that shocked veterans, and charisma that even the front office didn't expect. Executives started whispering early on that Shedeur looked like the most natural quarterback in the building. But Stefanski, who wanted to roll with Dylan Gabriel and stick to his original development timeline, reportedly pushed back. Sorry to interrupt, but hit that subscribe button real quick. It really helps the channel grow. According to multiple sources, Stefanski believed starting Shedeur too early would create unrealistic expectations for the organization. Haslam didn't care. The owner saw a star, saw a market-moving face of the franchise, and demanded the coaching staff lean fully into the moment, but the coach didn't follow through. What really blew everything open was the quote, "The plan has always been to play him," from owner Jimmy Haslam all the way on down. That line alone cracked open a massive contradiction. If the plan was always to play Shedeur, why was he taking third-string reps behind guys the team never intended to build around? Why was he limited to a watered-down playbook during preseason? Why were players frustrated that he wasn't getting a fair shot until injuries forced the issue? Sources claim Stefanski secretly wanted to slow-cook Shedeur, even though ownership wanted to microwave the entire situation and push him to the front of the franchise instantly. The tension didn't just stay behind closed doors, it leaked through the building. Sources claim veterans started noticing Shedeur was being held back, even though his talent level was clear as day. One anonymous defensive starter reportedly said, "We all knew he was the best one, everybody knew. The reps weren't adding up." That alone shows how disconnected the coaching staff and ownership had become. When your players are confused about the quarterback rotation, that's a major red flag. And it set the stage for the explosion that came next. With Haslam's mandate now public, the NFL world is asking one question. What was Stefanski hiding? And why was he resisting the future of the franchise? Once the news broke, insiders started revealing that the Browns facility had been dealing with a quiet internal power struggle for months. The battle wasn't between players, it was between Stefanski's old-school system and Haslam's aggressive vision for the franchise. Sources say Stefanski wanted to run the Browns his way, with structure, slow development, and patience. Meanwhile, Haslam wanted fireworks, fan engagement, national relevance, and a quarterback who could carry the franchise into the next decade, and Shedeur Sanders didn't just fit the description, he was the blueprint. As sources claim, Stefanski's resistance became obvious during training camp. Reporters kept asking why Shedeur wasn't getting first-team reps, and Stefanski repeatedly gave bland answers like, "We're following the process," or "He's coming along." But the staff privately knew he was outperforming expectations. One team staffer allegedly leaked, "Shedeur was cooking the second-team defense daily, the kid was ready." But every time he made a big play, Stefanski redirected praise toward the veteran QBs. That created major tension because the locker room could see what was happening, and they started siding with the rookie. The turning point came after a close scrimmage where Shedeur reportedly shredded the starting defense. Multiple sources claim players walked off the field saying things like, "Yo, that's QB1 right there." The moment footage leaked internally, Haslam reportedly confronted Stefanski again, demanding an explanation for why the rookie wasn't getting elevated. Stefanski pushed back, saying the offense wasn't prepared to transition. Haslam wasn't having it. The conversation got heated, and as sources say, this was the moment Stefanski realized the leash was gone. Things escalated even worse after the Browns' early season offensive struggles. The fan base was furious, social media was roasting the play calling, and analysts were calling Cleveland the most confused offense in the league. Meanwhile, Shedeur was sitting on the sideline, helmet on, waiting for a chance he wasn't getting. Sources claim several star players personally went to the front office and told them the team needed Shedeur to start immediately. They weren't just suggesting, they were demanding it. That's when Haslam snapped. According to insiders, he made one final call to Stefanski and delivered the message directly. Start him, or prepare for consequences. That wasn't a request, that wasn't advice. That was a threat from the man who owns the entire franchise. And the moment Shedeur finally stepped on the field, he dominated, and everything Haslam believed about him became reality overnight. Stefanski's resistance didn't just age poorly, it made him look like the one holding the franchise back. And now the whole NFL is starting to realize that this rookie wasn't just ready. He should have been unleashed months earlier. After Shedeur's historic breakout game, players and staff began quietly revealing the truth behind the scenes, and their stories exposed how messy things had become. Sources claim Shedeur's development wasn't slowed because he wasn't ready. It was slowed because Stefanski refused to adjust his system to the quarterback's strengths. Instead of tailoring the offense around Shedeur's quick-read style and high football IQ, Stefanski reportedly kept forcing outdated schemes that didn't match the talent he had. One offensive assistant allegedly said, "We were drawing up game plans for quarterbacks who couldn't run 60% of the concepts Shedeur already mastered." That is wild because it shows the gap between the coaching philosophy and the talent in the building. Players noticed too. Wide receivers were complaining behind closed doors that Shedeur read coverages faster, anticipated routes better, and delivered cleaner timing throws. According to a veteran receiver, the ball just comes out different when it's from Shedeur. That wasn't shade, that was the truth. Sources also claim Stefanski refused to increase Shedeur's reps during critical prep weeks, even when the staff told him the offense needed a spark. One source said Stefanski's exact words were, "He'll get his time eventually," but the team didn't want eventually, they wanted wins now. Meanwhile, the locker room was losing faith, morale was dipping. Some players felt the coaching staff didn't want to admit they were wrong about their quarterback evaluations. The frustration peaked when Shedeur outperformed every quarterback in a mid-season practice that several assistants described as unstoppable. After that practice, sources claim one defensive starter slammed his helmet and yelled, "Why is he not starting?" That moment reportedly reached the front office, and the tension inside the building became impossible to ignore. When Ian Rappaport dropped the quote confirming Haslam wanted Shedeur playing from top to bottom, Browns players reacted instantly. According to insiders, several starters nodded, laughed, and said, "Told you." They felt vindicated because they always knew the rookie was the best option. This wasn't an upset, it was a confirmation of what they had seen with their own eyes for months. Stefanski's coaching decisions didn't just create friction, they almost cost the team an entire season. And sources claim the front office has already begun evaluating replacement candidates in case things get uglier. The relationship between Haslam and Stefanski is reportedly beyond repair, and the franchise is shifting toward a future where Shedeur is the centerpiece, not a developmental afterthought. This chapter of the story shows one thing loud and clear. The players wanted Shedeur, the owner wanted Shedeur, the fans wanted Shedeur, and Stefanski was the only one standing in the way. Shedeur Sanders didn't just win his first game, he exposed every excuse Stefanski used to justify holding him back. The rookie came out firing, commanding the offense like he'd been in the league 5 years, not 5 minutes. Sources claim the front office couldn't stop smiling during his debut, because everything they believed, every argument they made behind the scenes, came true in real time on national TV. During the game, Shedeur showcased elite traits that coaches said weren't ready yet. Except they were ready, and they were dangerous. His timing was clean, his reads were sharp, his mobility kept drives alive, and he showed pocket presence most rookies don't develop until year 3. The Browns' offense looked completely different the moment he stepped onto the field. Faster, smarter, more confident, more explosive. As sources described it, the offense looked like it had a real leader for the first time all year. Even crazier, opposing defensive players reportedly told Browns staff after the game that Shedeur was way better than expected. Several Raiders defenders admitted they underestimated him and were stunned by his composure. One defensive captain even asked a Browns coach, why wasn't he starting this whole time? That's embarrassing for Stefanski because the league instantly saw the talent he tried to stash on the bench. Social media exploded too. Analysts began flooding timelines with highlight breakdowns, pointing out how Shedeur's mechanics, accuracy, and confidence looked nothing like a rookie. Fans started clowning Stefanski for wasting half the season by not giving Shedeur first-team reps earlier. Even former players jumped in, posting tweets like, "That kid is the truth," and "Cleveland found their guy." Sources claim Haslam watched the entire game from a suite and kept repeating one thing: "This is why I told them to start him." That alone shows how deeply invested the owner is in Shedeur's rise. After the game, several front office members reportedly hugged each other in the hallway, saying it was the start of a new era. Meanwhile, Stefanski walked into the post-game locker room looking pale, quiet, and defeated, according to multiple witnesses. The writing was on the wall, and everyone felt it. Shedeur's first game didn't just rewrite rookie expectations, it rewrote the entire power structure of the Browns organization. The kid turned a franchise fight into a franchise rebirth, and the league now sees him not as a development project, but as a certified problem. Once Haslam's mandate became public and Shedeur proved he was QB1 material, the fallout hit Stefanski harder than anyone expected. Sources say the Browns owner was furious when he realized how much internal resistance had slowed Shedeur's rise. Insiders claim Haslam sent a message directly to top executives: "We're not wasting another season because someone is afraid of change." That message wasn't subtle, it was a warning shot at Stefanski. As sources claim, the Browns' leadership immediately began conducting private evaluations of coaching candidates, just in case Stefanski couldn't align with the franchise's direction. Names like Eric Bieniemy, Jim Harbaugh, and Kellen Moore reportedly came up during internal discussions. Even though these talks were supposed to be confidential, the leaks alone show how unstable Stefanski's seat has become. One insider put it bluntly: "His job depends on Shedeur's success now." That's a wild shift of power for a fifth-round rookie, and it proves how much the franchise has changed. Meanwhile, Shedeur handled the chaos like a pro. Sources claim he's been the calmest person in the building since the drama exploded. He's been showing up early, staying late, taking extra film sessions, and speaking to teammates with confidence that's rare for someone his age. One staff member said, "He carries himself like he's been doing this forever." That's the type of leadership Cleveland hasn't seen in a long time, and players are feeding off it. Ticket sales skyrocketed after Shedeur's debut. According to league officials, Browns' home game saw the fastest sellout rate in franchise history once Shedeur was announced as the starter. Merchandise sales reportedly jumped by 600% in 3 days. Social media engagement went crazy. Fan pages multiplied overnight. Even non-Browns fans started tuning in just to watch Shedeur play. That type of star power is what Haslam wanted, and he got it. The NFL itself is now circling the story. National shows can't stop talking about Shedeur. Analysts are calling his rise the most unexpected rookie takeover in the last decade. Some have already predicted he could be the face of the franchise for the next 10 years. The league reportedly asked the Browns if they'd be open to more primetime games because Shedeur is pulling massive viewership. That's how fast his influence is spreading, and Stefanski's coaching future is now chained directly to that momentum. With the dust settling, one thing is clear: Shedeur Sanders didn't just earn the starting job, he earned control of the Browns' future. Haslam believes in him, the roster believes in him, the league believes in him, and if Stefanski wants to keep his job, he better get on board because the Shedeur era is officially here. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more NFL stories and exclusive updates.